time that was difficult. To stay patient.
Yes,
Yeah.
to find.
I think for us that can just ultimately be any time we send out a proposal to the client, because our proposal process, it's just funny that our last video was about RFPs and now we're talking about proposals. Every client comes to us, they have needs. Nothing we do is cookie cutter. So every time somebody comes to us, we really have to dig down and create something for them. We have to really—
From scratch,
yeah.
From ground zero. Again, we are birthing something specific to the needs and wants of the client.
We really have to understand what it is that they need, what their audience needs, and then create, and then ultimately what their budget is or might be. Sometimes it's a guessing game. But then we take all of this information and we put it together into something that we can really showcase our expertise. We can showcase the solutions that we think would work and why. I don't just throw numbers at people. I always say that I don't sell and I don't pitch. I give you information and then you make the decision one way or another whether you want to invest in this for your business. So that's ultimately what we're doing. But along the way, we really have to learn patience, because everybody makes decisions at their own speed. Especially when it comes to doing something like this. We work with a lot of business owners, it's their first time, right? Or maybe second time investing in marketing. I would say most of them it's their second time, because the first time was terrible. They had a horrible experience and now they're coming to us, they're telling us all of these horror stories. And now not only do we have to show up and deliver.
It's like herding cats.
Yeah.
I just heard that.
Yeah, but we also have to kind of clean up the reputation from the last agency who didn't do what they said they were going to do. So.
And that takes patience.
Yeah.
And I think that, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm thinking about parenting. So even if you aren't a parent of children, you'll probably find that you're parenting someone in your life, whether it's your own parent or a sibling or just the people around you. You may find that maybe you're trying to parent people. But it's like herding cats, because everybody has a certain amount, has the different experiences that they've experienced up until the point that they come to us.
Yep.
And it's our job to be patient and to be mindful of the fact that they have some hurts, some injuries, and some traumas going through the process, or the courtship of a proposal, or hiring an agency that's going to come in and understand them, and how can they convey and how can we communicate and be able to achieve what it is that they're really wanting in their business or in their advertising, in their website, their design. It's not just like throwing something and hoping that it sticks. We are genuinely going in and looking at your business from all aspects.
Yep.
And then again, that takes patience. It takes patience because people can have any type of reaction to the process. And if you're pointing out some things that they already know they're not doing very well, or that they know that they need help in, it can really push.
That's definitely challenging. Yeah.
It can rub someone the wrong way, and they take things, and people take things very personally. Because most of us are very personalized with the businesses that we have.
Learning how to deliver bad news or maybe critical commentary on the way that somebody's doing something in a way that doesn't become off-putting immediately is challenging, especially when this may be like, we're doing a discovery call. This is the first time we've ever even spoken to this client, and now I have to point out 10 things that they're doing wrong. That can be a challenge. So in the last 18 years, we've definitely refined that process to the point where we can now have those conversations. And they're difficult conversations, but they have to happen. And ultimately, like I said, we don't sell and we don't pitch, because it comes down to the information that we're sharing. And I can say, this isn't working for you right now, and here is why, and I can back that up. So everything we do is intentional, and I think that's part of the patience process too, is being patient enough to not just try to get information out there and to try to sell somebody on something real quick. You need to show them. You need to take the time and do your due diligence when you are researching for things like this. So not every business out there has the same type of business that we have. They don't have the same requirements when they meet with a client. Maybe they have something that's sitting on a shelf that they can just say, here's our widget. Do you want to buy it? Here you go. Do you want a warranty?
Good.
There might be a couple upsells, but there's not a whole lot of real finesse to it. But in a business like ours, it's really challenging sometimes to understand all of the ins and outs that go into courting a client. making sure you build up rapport and you build up trust. And I'm talking genuine trust and authenticity, where they feel like they can come to you and talk to you about any aspect of their business. And that's ultimately what we want. But like back to the patience piece, it's a timeline. So everyone, some people are ready to buy right now. Other people, they're not even close. Like they're maybe 6-8 months away, and maybe they say they're ready, but then when they start to see the numbers, they're like, whoa, that's going to take some time for me to really absorb and think about. And in those cases, like, we just have to be patient and let them do their thing. And maybe I'll check in with somebody once a month.
I was just going to say check-ins. Check-ins are vital, I think.
Yeah. There was an RFP that we didn't win a couple months ago back in May, and I just followed up with the client this last week just to check in and see how they're doing and see how the progress is going with the new agency and things like that. It's those type of experiences that even if we don't win the project, we still communicate and connect with prospective clients, because we genuinely care. Like if we invest our time and effort into putting something together to work with somebody, we see value in that client, and not just the dollars we make, but also in helping them kind of grow their business.
No, that's excellent. And again, patience is a virtue. And I think that just even in hearing that, virtuous, right? Like, again, it takes intention to be patient. And so patience is something that we're continuously practicing. And I think that that's important too. Give yourself some slack.
Yeah.
It takes practice to be able to gain confidence within patience. So that's all I would add.
Yeah.
Thanks.